Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. Forgot we were doing a video today. No, why not? Let's look at the Chaves 229 Kickstop. Welcome to the Barbarian's Horde. Alright guys, here it is, the Chaves 229 Redencion Kickstop in drop point. Full titanium. They offer this in a few other variations, but I like full tie. There we go. Ooh. Look at that clip. That's a very polarizing clip. I love it. A lot of people hate it, but I'm very tacky, so you know, it works. It works out. It's a good fit for me. Kickstop. This one's got the flipper. Look at that. It tucks away. It's not actually attached to the blade. That's kind of the whole gimmick with this thing. I don't want to call it a gimmick because it's awesome, but look at that. You see that? Boop. When it closes, it raises the kickstop flipper. When you flip it, it tucks down out of place. And the blade locks in. Stays out of your way. Doesn't come out down here. That's worth whatever it's worth to you. I think it's kind of neat though. And I'm not 100% sure of the engineering behind it, but I swear to God, it feels like you get more leverage than with a regular flipper tab. I've never taken this apart. I'll take this apart later in the video and we'll figure this out together because I'm really not sure about that. So, you do get, speaking of the clip, a boring plain Jane sissy clip. Just rock this. Man, if you're gonna buy a Chaves, just rock the skull clip. You're okay. You wore Jinkos back in the 90s, you'll be fine. You'll survive a skull clip, I promise. Okay, what do we got here? Full titanium scales, titanium clip, titanium backspacer. Unsure on the hardware, to be honest with you. Probably titanium.
Mama's wrong again.
So I bet it's titanium also, but I'll check later. Future me put it here. Is it titanium? I bet it is. M390, did I say that? M390 blade steel. Yeah, they mark it right there. Well, let's see how heavy it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, man, this thing is heavy, but all right, the first time I had one of these, I had the regular thumb stud model. I loved it. It was so fidgety. I sold it when I liquidated my collection, and I kind of missed it ever since, and then I snagged this one when I found a good deal on it on Blade Binge. Not sponsored. Unlike every other channel, because I only have like 5 subscribers, but you know, hey, maybe that'll change in the future. It's heavy. One of the things I liked about it is it's heavy. I'm gonna try to get this to focus. You can see in there. No milling, no pockets milled out of this thing. It's just solid slabs. .7 ounces.
That's a huge bitch.
I'm pretty sure, I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure this is the heaviest knife in my collection. She thick! That is a big knife. Well, it's not really that big, it's just chunky and fat and heavy. Yeah, look at that. 8 1/4, just barely 8 1/4 inches long, with a 3.5 inch cutting edge, maybe 3.75 inches total blade down here. Not huge, I mean it's big, it's a big knife, but you know, not huge. But it's so heavy. And you're either gonna love that or you're gonna hate that, but personally, I really like that. I think that's a lot of fun. It feels, I don't know, it's just a caveman part of my brain maybe. When it's heavy, it feels like, oh, quality, that's strong knife. Barbarian likes strong, heavy knife.
Crush your enemies.
I like it, sue me. You'll either love it or hate it. Maybe hold one, see what you think, if you ever get a chance. Fit and finish on these guys, it's Riot. If you're familiar at all with Riot knives, you know what you're getting into here. It's kind of a, this sounds mean, but it's kind of a crude design in a way. So there's not any like fine detail work. You're gonna have sharp edges, especially back here. This is the only part of the knife that kind of bothers me. It kind of digs into my hand a little bit. But yeah, no super smooth rounded edges. It's very blocky, square. Brutalist maybe. I'm not an architect, but or an art major, so I don't know if that's the correct term, but brutalist maybe. Very Glock. It's the Glock of knives, except probably weighs more than a Glock 19. So, yeah, this is another thing some people don't like. Not all Chaveses have these exposed screws on the clip. They used to be hidden behind there. You'd get to them by taking the scale off, and you'd have to unscrew them from the back. Maybe they did this because they're including this extra clip now, maybe just to make it easier to change. I'm not sure, but some people hate that. It doesn't really bother me. It's not that big a deal. But overall fit and finish, I mean, it's fine. It's centered. It actually came a little off, but it turned out it was just a loose pivot screw. It was a used knife, technically, although it doesn't look like it's ever really been used. The blade has a deep hollow. I was looking at the spec sheet and it said it had a flat grind, but it does not. This is definitely a hollow grind blade. A compound hollow grind. It's almost a tanto. It's a drop point on the spec sheet, but it's a very steep drop point here. And a compound grind, 2 different grinds going on. Very cool. You can get this with a simpler grind too, I think. Not 100% on that. And then you've got a cool looking swedge up here, unsharpened, kind of false edge here. Just a swedge. Big useless jimping on the top there for me. All right, here you go. You guys ready for a hot take? Jimping is overrated.
What? Why? Why?
I don't know. I just don't put a lot of stock in jimping, but maybe I just don't go outside enough. I've never had a knife flying out of my hand. If I'm doing something that intense, I'm probably using the wrong tool in the first place. Should probably go get the right tool. The action is good. Great action. Not quite fall shut, but you don't really want to finger guillotine most of the time. I mean, I guess it's kind of fall shut if you just tilt it. No, see that? I lied. I'm a liar. One little shake and it falls. Boop. And that blade just rockets out. That kickstop, man, it just flings it. It's like a catapult for the blade. Oops, I bounced it out of the detent. Whoosh. Very satisfying, especially because it's so heavy. When you fling a blade this heavy out, it's just satisfying. There's no way to get around it. Whether or not the action is refined and, you know, super smooth or not, that thing is so heavy that wham, you're gonna feel the recoil in your hand. It's just satisfying. You know you did something when you flick that thing out. Boy, I tell you, wham! I love it. Wham! D10 ball. You'll come to realize that I'm kind of a stickler for the way the D10 hits the blade tang when you disengage a lock on a knife. It's one of the things that can really make or break a knife for me. Really annoy me. This one's fine. I mean, right there, it's off. I break it. It hits there, it's off there. And yeah, see, it's got a little bit of a ramp maybe, so. I'm having trouble seeing. It feels like a ramp. And I have likes and dislikes about ramps because you can see right there what a ramp does. Off the lock, onto the detent ball against the shoulder of the tang. Over the shoulder, probably onto a ramp. And then if you don't clear enough of the ramp, it just flings the knife back into the lock position. So if you don't go far enough when you unlock before you drop the blade, it'll just pop it right back where you had it, and that's kind of annoying to me. This one's not bad about it. It's pretty close. I do it every once in a while when I'm not paying attention, but yeah, you don't have to go super far before you're clear of it, and it'll just fall. But it can ramp you back up if you're not paying attention. Sharpening clearance, none. They do not give you a choil at all. Some people like that. I was watching Outdoors 55 earlier, and he's like one of the gods of knife sharpening as far as I'm concerned, and he doesn't care for sharpening choils. I mean, and for good reason. If you're actually going to use your knife, which you might if you got something like this big, heavy, beefy knife, I wouldn't be afraid to actually, throw this at a tree. It'd probably be fine. But if you're going to use these things and really slice through some stuff, a big choil here can catch. You'll catch in material. I'll splice in some cutting here. I didn't do it. So you can tell what I'm talking about. I'll show another knife that gets caught, but you can probably figure it out. You're not stupid. You guys are really smart and beautiful. Have I told you that today? But if you have a big choil here, material can get caught, and it's kind of annoying. Slice, and the material will feed in, and then boop, get caught in your choil. Then your cut stops. Kind of annoying. If you got a user, sometimes it's better to just not have it. And I guess that's what they elected to do here. That's again going to be a personal preference thing. I don't really have a strong opinion about sharpening choils. I haven't sharpened this one. This one's a factory edge, so unsure how that's going to affect your stone. Maybe hit the plunge with your stone. Not the end of the world, though. Like I said, this thing it just feels like it's made to be used. You know what I mean? Some knives feel like they're made to be flipped at a desk. Excuse me. This one feels like it's made to be flipped at a tree. Whatcha! Ninja star. Heavy, thick. It feels like an axe, a pocket axe. So I'm not too worried about leaving a little mark on my plunge grind if I'm sharpening. It does drop a little bit. I mean, you got a little bit of a drop there from the, what the hell do you call that? Like that shoulder right there at the bottom of the plunge. Just the tang, I guess, the bottom of the tang. The edge drops a little bit from the bottom of the tang, but not much. So, something to consider maybe. Thoughts on use and carry. I have carried this and used it for slicing cardboard and paper, cutting tags off things, sliced a little bit of rubber with it. There's not really any marks to speak of on it. Like this belt satin finish, it's not one of my favorite finishes, but it's holding up okay. I don't really see any marks on it. Yeah, it looks brand new. Not a mark on it. I mean, I haven't been kicking its ass or anything, but I've used it here and there. Just to test it out, to get an idea for what I thought about it. And the one I had before this, the thumb stud model, I used it a lot. That was like probably one of my favorite knives at the time. I used it about like I use my Chris Reeve knives. But I used it for anything. I'd pull out carpet with it or cut a radiator hose or whatever. I wasn't too worried about it getting a scratch. Something about these plain tie knives, especially with these stonewash scales, just invite me to do dumb things. I like to stick big heavy knives into big stupid things. It's fun. Who cares if you get a scratch? It's stonewashed. It comes pre-scratched. You'll be fine. So yeah, these are fine. They're great users if you can handle the weight without it pulling your damn pants down. That is something to consider. If you're built like me, which I'm built kind of like a Dorito. No ass, big shoulders. My pants fall off. What can you do? Part of being Cherokee, I think. So it's gonna pull your pants down, maybe. So consider that. But other than that, it's fine to carry. I guess another thing to consider might be this clip. But as we've established, you can go, incognito there if it really bothers you. But if you carry that, one of the things I like about this is that everybody who's into knives knows that clip. They know that you've got a Chaves in your pocket if they see that, and then I don't know, maybe you can give them a rubber duck or something. You can do the Jeep wave, who knows? But it's a good way to meet friends, good way to stay in shape. Carry a heavy knife around, stay in shape. Stupid clip hanging out of your pocket, meet a friend. So many uses. Very useful tool, isn't it? I'll disassemble it. I'll show you the kickstop. I'll put that in here. I didn't do it. Alright, we're back. There it is, back together again. Wow, amazing. I didn't screw it up or lose anything. They said it couldn't be done, but I did it. Boy, I'm always surprising my critics. Things I especially like about this, man, it's gonna be a weakness or a strength depending on your opinion, but I love how heavy it is. It's so heavy. I don't know, I just like that sometimes. I don't want every knife I own to be heavy, but I like a heavy knife every now and then. You know what I mean? It's just satisfying. It feels, I don't know, substantial. It's just a caveman thing, I guess. I don't know, big heavy knife. It's just fun. It's just satisfying. You feel like you can do whatever you want with that and it's not gonna break. That's the main thing I like about it. And the action on this is fun. This kickstop is fun. That's another thing I really like about this. Whoop. You just do that over and over and over. It just rockets out. And that heavy blade slams into place. It's got recoil. It's like shooting a gun. It's fun. I like it. Things I don't like. Again, this kickstop system. It's not the kickstop that's the problem. It's what you give up to get the kickstop. You notice that? No thumb stud. Now, I pray at the altar of the reverse flick quite often. That's my preferred religion. I really, really like reverse flicking my knives. And I didn't realize how much that was going to annoy me on this 229 until I got it. But, I mean, this is fun. This is all well and good. Yay, I like that. That's great. Why couldn't you just leave the thumb studs on there? There's plenty of room. Just give me the thumb stud. And it's not like, first I thought maybe it's a weird system, and if you don't push the flipper down, it like jams up or something. But no, look, you can undo the, you can break the detent without the flipper. Oh damn, it's really heavy. Okay, there we go. Just a weird angle. You can break the detent without the flipper, and it just folds down like normal. I mean, no problem. So I don't know why you couldn't use the thumb stud. Maybe to get this to work right, they had to have a really heavy detent, and then the thumb studs didn't feel good. I don't know. I have to assume there's a reason they didn't put them on there. I don't know. I keep thinking about it. I don't know if I'm going to drill a hole in this and put my own thumb studs in, or if I'm just going to move it on and sell it and buy maybe a regular one with thumb studs. Because I mean, I like the flipper, but man, I really want to reverse flick it. Reverse flicking knives is fun. Reverse flicking big, heavy, stupid, tanky knives is even more fun. I miss it. Give me my thumb stud. Give it back. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. I may modify this. I don't know. Still tossing that around. I can't make up my mind. I don't know. What do you guys think? If anyone's actually watching this, put it down in the comments. Should I modify this? Put thumb studs back in it? Or should I just sell it and get one with thumb studs? Let me know what you think. So, summary, do I recommend this? Yeah, if you like flip-only knives, and that's kind of a smaller population than I think most people realize. We're all fidget monsters, you know. These days, we're spoiled for choice for things with a bunch of multi-opening methods. We just don't want to only flip a knife anymore. You know, that was back in the day, man, when flippers were starting to get big, and you know, the early 20-teens, late 2000s. At least that's when I was becoming aware of them. And like nothing flipped well back then. You old people probably remember that, you know, like nothing flipped that well. When you found a knife with a good detent that actually flipped, you're like, oh yeah, that is a masterpiece. But now everything flips good. $20 knives from Walmart with a flipper, they flip fine. So if you can deal with only having a flipper, yeah, you're gonna love this. It's a lot of fun. You get a lot of leverage with this tab setup they've got going on here. It flies out. It locks up solid every time. It's satisfying. But if you're like me, and you're gonna miss that reverse flick, I don't know, it's something to consider. It's a real big deal for me. I don't want to call it a deal breaker, but man, it's a heavy mark. It's a heavy mark, man. I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna be. I didn't think it through. That's what I do. My wife's always telling me you need to use your head, and I don't. I don't think things through. I just kind of do stuff. I just do stuff. Maybe I should think more. I might waste less money and have to sell less knives on Reddit if I just thought ahead. But you know what? I got a video out of it, and I got to play with it for a while, and you know, that's fine. I could probably get my money out of it. I paid 300 used for this. I don't know what they are new, like 400. They're not that bad. I mean, it's not cheap. Obviously, a $400 knife is a lot of money, especially these days when it costs so damn much just to eat or put gas in your car. But as far as overpriced knives go, you know, $350, $400 is not the end of the world. And it's a re-aught. You're getting a lot for your money there. And you can get most of it back out if it doesn't do it for you. Buy a used one even. Then you won't really risk anything unless you tear it up. I mean, this one looks perfect still. I'm sure I can get my $300 back out of it. Fine. I gotta decide if that's what I want to do though. So I'll think about it some more. Carry it a little more. Maybe I'll change my mind and I'll just keep it and I'll leave it alone. Remains to be seen. Alright guys, if you're not subscribed, please do that. Get me out of the doldrums. I need some subscribers, I need likes, I need comments. Please the algorithm gods. If you're feeling especially generous, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Crom will give you sharp steel and tall crops. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.